I think we were ahead of the curve. I think we knew from a young age that NIL was going to become a thing. I'm so glad
Yeah.
we started building our presence. And so when it became a thing, it's just like the floodgates opened. But yeah, talking about that, you got to live out your second dream at Oregon, which is reporting. And I feel like that's also like been so cool for you with like your following. Like you have like
Thanks.
little girls that look up to you for basketball, but they also look up to you for pursuing something that's just as fulfilling, in my opinion. Like you are so good at it and you seem so natural doing it. What do you see
Thank
yourself
you.
doing long term with that? Of course.
Yeah, that's something that I was definitely thankful to Oregon for, like to give me that opportunity, the foundation, the platform, especially with the Big Ten being the network that it is and being such a, prominent network in college sports. Being able to have the opportunity to do different things, sideline, color commentary, like just regular kind of interviews, being able to do my podcast, like all those things has definitely set the foundation for what I want to do long term within that career space. I think that for me, I'd love to do it while I'm playing. Of course, like in the off season type of thing. Like we've seen, like you see Candace do it. Chelsea Gray did it.
Aaliyah Boston. Yeah.
Aaliyah, yeah, like
Hmm.
you see so many players now kind of tapping into that space, and that's something that I really want to dive into. I love being in front of the camera, so that's a check. But just being able to talk sports, I want to eventually branch out to like football and, of course, like NBA and things like that, like other sports. I did volleyball, sideline reporting for Oregon, and I was terrified because I was like, I don't know the terminology. I don't know what I'm supposed
Yeah.
to say. I'm gonna just try to relate it to basketball in some type of way. And luckily it went well, but I was like, okay, this is something like I love watching volleyball, but I was just like reporting on it. I didn't think I could ever do
It's
it,
quick,
but
it's
we
hard.
made it through. It
Mhm.
is like I was like, everything's happening.
Very fast
What do I
paced.
say?
That's what
Like,
makes the
But like
sport
way to
so
push
great.
yourself. Yeah,
'Cause
exactly. It's so
man.
fun to watch.
So yeah, luckily the staff at Oregon like really encouraged me to do it, and they were like, just try it. Like you'll be fine if you mess up, whatever. Like whatever, you just don't do it again. But luckily, it went well. But yeah, that's definitely a career I want to pursue long term, of course, in the off season, but then like pursue it like whenever I decide to be done with basketball and, just try to see how far I can take it. I've really enjoyed like the podcast space too, more than I
Hmm.
thought. So I want to continue that in some type of way, even if it's not just like philosophy, but kind of just expanding to different things, especially surrounding basketball. But yeah, like I want to be on desk, be an analyst, do color commentary. I think that was something that I really enjoyed. Of course, sideline, like kind of do it all. I want to be able to be versatile and, be good at it all so I can be of value to whoever in the best
Hmm.
way possible. So we'll see. But yeah, it's been a great career path to dive into. Something that I knew I wanted to do for like since I was younger, like early high school age. So now that I'm getting to kind of pursue that dream, it's been great.
we've seen a lot more common like people who started in the social media space and then get these opportunities to do like these red carpets and then they like flop and they just say things that probably shouldn't say or whatever. So like what's your what do you have advice cuz you obviously have been this is a passion of yours, you're really good at it, it's something that you want to make a career, you're making a career and want it to keep being a career. Like what's your piece of advice to a girl watching you and like wanting to be in the space but not flop,
Yeah.
not be inappropriate or something like that.
Yeah. I think being authentic is something that's very like underrated
Yeah.
and that's something that should be paid attention or done more than I think people think. I think
Yeah.
there's like a certain image that um everybody tries to, could find themselves trying to fit in order to appease to their audience. And again, just for entertainment. And I think that's where things can flop. That's where things can go left. That's where you can get sidetracked and off topic of like why you really started.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I was trying to keep at the forefront, like when I started mine podcast, even though it's like specifically like NIL based and things like that, it's still like how can I be authentically myself and sharing my story too,
Mhm.
and along with the athletes that I'm bringing on, and like because there's people who really want to know, or people who are really also either about to go through it or going through the same journey, and like who might really need advice or might really need help on how to kind of navigate it. So it's like I would be doing them a disservice if I'm BSing and I'm giving false information, or if I'm saying the wrong things or whatever it is. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna have eyes on you when you're
Mhm.
doing things like this, like when you choose to put yourself on a platform like this. And so I think my biggest advice is just being authentic. I think that appeals to more people than you think. Like, I think more
Yeah.
people will want to watch and follow you and be entertained by your stuff, by your content, by seeing that you're literally just being yourself, telling your story in whatever way that looks like, and kind of going from there. I think that's easier to follow. I think that's the people that I watch, or that like even on TikTok, whatever it is, like people who seem like it. They seem
Yeah.
like they're legit just being themselves. Like, that's really what it is. And I think that's easier to follow and easier to look up to for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's much better to flop being yourself than
Yeah,
trying to be someone that you don't even recognize. And
exactly.
because it's like, what's the point of even doing that?
Yep.
People have a strong bullshit meter for sure.